If you need better access to your cab area and want a heavy-duty look in the meantime, these square tube drop-style Nerf side step bars in matte black will be a great addition to your 1987 to 2006 TJ or YJ Wrangler. Now these will be great for the Jeep owner who wants an extra boost up into the cab area, especially if they've added a lift and needs that extra drop of a side step. These will also add a decent amount of protection to the pinch weld area if you're looking for more coverage for the trail or just everyday life. Now I would like to mention that these steps do hang down a bit from the body of the Jeep, so these will be great for any lighter crawling and fire trails if you are taking your Jeep off-road. Getting into the construction, these will offer a heavy-duty aluminum construction with a black powder coat finish on top, offering a tough look and solid protection. Now taking a look at how the side step is set up, this will include a large double tube up at the top that will provide some good protection to that rocker area. The drop step will also have a pretty sporty and boxy construction, offering you a lot of space with a decent amount of stepping surface here, and it's even going to have some raised cutouts for some additional styling, but also some extra traction in those wetter days. Not to mention, this will be a straightforward install right out of the box. The drop step is separated from the rail here. There are multiple mounting points that you'll be able to mount this up right in between this gap. So that is another bonus of this. If you'd like to do more technical crawling, you don't want the additional drop of that step to get in your way, you can very easily take them off and have a rail that's a little bit more higher clearance, but that does come down to personal preference. Regardless, this is very easy to get onto your YJ or your TJ. When it comes to price, these will be relatively affordable at roughly $300 for the set. Now when comparing these to other options in the category, I really like this choice because it gives you a ton of coverage while also offers that step, giving you a great balance between protection and accessibility. Now some other choices may be similar in the fact that they will have a drop step, but I think the boxy construction, the details in the design, and the large stepping surface really stand out here compared to some other choices. Now I think if you're looking for a side step bar that has a high quality build, is right in the middle when it comes to protection and easy access for your cab, and is going to look good while doing it, then this is a great choice. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 1 hour to get the job done with the right hand tools. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of that install. So that wraps it up for me. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, 10, 18, and 19 millimeter sockets, and an 18 millimeter wrench. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some side steps on our Wrangler, so let's get started. So before we can go onto the Jeep, we're going to have to install our drop steps onto our side step bars. So we're going to grab our driver's side one here, we're going to flip it upside down so our bolt channels are facing upwards, like so. And we're going to grab our drop step, and it will go in upside down like this. But first, we're going to need to go ahead and install our T-bolts. So what we're going to do is, these are basically a wedge shape. So we'll drop them in, turn them 90 degrees so they'll stay in place, line them all up with our bolt holes, get our hardware in place, then tighten them down. So it's going to be 2 in this side here. And 4 across the top section. Now obviously we're going to have to move these around to line them up. That's okay. And another 2 on this far side. So now we can take our step, lay it over, and move our hardware however we need to and get it all lined up with the bolt holes. This can admittedly be a little bit tricky. Just exercise a little patience with it. You will be able to get them all in there. Now once we have every bolt lined up, we'll go ahead and add our flat washers and our lock nuts to each of our studs here. Now we can go ahead and tighten down all of our nuts with our 10 mil socket on our impact. So now we can come over to our Jeep and we're going to get ready to install our body side mounting brackets. Now you notice these two brackets have two slots here. The innermost one is going to be for 96 and lower. Ours is a 97, so 97 to 06 is going to be using this slot here to mount to our body mount. And then you want your bracket facing outward like so. So we're going to go ahead and use our 19 mil socket on our impact to remove our forward body mounting bolt, but we're not going to remove that rubber grommet there. We're going to go ahead and install this below that and then reinstall that factory bolt. Then we'll do the same thing with our rear body mount. Take our bolt out. We're going to go ahead and install that bracket just like so. Reinstall our bolt. Get that started. Then we're going to snug that bolt down. We're not going to fully tighten it back up yet, just so we can make any adjustments we may need to make. Still have some movement here. And we'll do the same thing for our rear body mount. Your rubber mount comes out, that's okay. You just want to separate that washer, put that back on the bolt, reinstall your rubber bushing there. Next, we're going to install our front and rear step brackets, and you want where your step is going to mount. That'll be these two slots here to be flat with the ground, and we're going to go ahead and mount this section to our body side mount that we just installed using our provided 18 millimeter bolts, lock washers, flat washers, and 18 millimeter nuts. It's kind of hard to see, but that bolt is coming through the back of the body side bracket into the step side bracket. And we'll get our flat washer and nut installed. Now again, we're just going to snug this down where we're going to use our 18 mil socket on our ratchet and an 18 millimeter wrench to go ahead and snug this. And we'll try to keep it as level as possible while doing so. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the rear bracket. So now it's time to mount our side steps. So we've got more of these T-bolts that are going to go into our channel here. We'll slide one in the rear straight section and then one more in the front step part. And we're going to do that for the front and the rear, and then go ahead and add our flat washers and locking nuts and mount them to our brackets. So now that we have our studs through our mounting bracket here, we can go ahead and install our hardware, which is our flat washers and our lock nuts. Now we'll go ahead and tighten down our hardware with our 10 mil socket on our impact, and that'll straighten out our bracket so we can tighten everything else down. So now that our side step hardware is tightened, we can come back and tighten down our bracket bolts. So we'll tighten down this 18 mil one, again with our 18 mil socket on our ratchet and our 18 millimeter wrench. And then we'll go under and tighten that body mount fully with our 19 mil socket on our impact. And we'll do the same thing for the other bracket. So now once you have this process complete for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our square tube drop style Nerf side step bars in matte black finish for your 87 to 06 Jeep Wrangler YJ and TJ, excluding the Unlimited. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.